Hello. Okay. I did it again, y'all. Shit. Hey guys, it's Jovi, and welcome back to the channel. What, 240? Okay, 240. I have to go back and cut the first 2 minutes out. How y'all doing? I hope y'all are having an amazing day. I know I am. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow. Please subscribe. Okay. Listen, go ahead and follow me on my others or all my social media accounts. I am Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please go ahead and follow your girl. Follow me or by Blue Sky. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram where I post the pretty pictures. Go to my website, jovibeauty.com, to get you one of our dope ass scarves, bonnets, mugs. We have a lot of cute merch up there. Follow us on our TikTok. Excuse me. And last but certainly not least, do not forget, you can always do what? Donate to the channel. Thank y'all for being in here and letting me know my damn mic was off. That was not me. That was my daughter. She was making a video before. She was making a video like an hour ago. So she must, I don't know. Okay, listen. It's just fucking funny. Okay. I just had a thought. If the mic was off just now, was the mic off when I was making the video from earlier? Is there no sound? Just give me 1 second. Let me just make sure there's sound. There was no sound. I'm a fucking doof. I'm a doofus. Okay, I'm a doofus. Let me go and make sure that this other video, before I forget, I'm going to take it down now. I'm a doofus, okay? Because I'm just realizing the sound is not working. Jesus. I'll re-record it and post it when we get it off, okay? My bad, all right? My bad. I don't be checking the microphones unless, especially when I used it earlier in the day. Anywho. So let's get into our content for the day. Okay, let's just do this. All right. I want to show y'all this picture. I got the picture and I got it on my phone. And hold on. I want to show y'all this picture. What do y'all see? This is a satellite picture of the El Salvadorian prison where they are shipping people off to. Non-citizens, soon-to-be citizens. This is the prison. What do y'all notice? I'm going to give you a second. You know what I see? I see at least 2 areas that look like it might be blood. A lot of blood. And next to this, well, y'all can't see why I'm pointing. Next to that, in the middle section with the big splash of blood that is like streaming from building. Look how large. This is a prison. So just imagine how large it is. You know, jails are normally large. Look how big that blood trail is. But look to the left, it look a little beige. Right underneath where you see the 2 smaller buildings, look right up underneath there, next to the pot, next to what looks like a red liquid that is been spilled all over the place. There looks like to be a pile of things. I'm gonna say things right now. Those things look to be, in the context of what we are speaking about, those things in the pile right there look like they could be bodies. Okay? I've been saying to y'all for about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, that those prisoners are no longer here. They're gone. as in they got shipped down there to be executed. Okay. If you know anything about history, you know that most of the concentration camps weren't actually in Germany. They were in Poland. They were all over the place. They had one in Africa. They were all over the place. Okay. Because they wanted to pretend like that's not what they were doing. Okay. So, yeah, I don't think none of them people are alive. I don't think nobody that reaches that prison makes it a week. We have a senator. Well, we have a lot of senators that are talking about they're flying down there so they can, I had to remove it from my screen. They're flying down there so they can see what's going on. There's one senator who jumped on a plane and down there now, and I'm gonna pull up really quickly. Well, I'm not in a rush. Are y'all in a rush? Hopefully not. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up. This senator, I've been watching his videos since this morning. Okay, this morning he was on a plane heading to El Salvador, and he reached. All right, so let's listen to what he has to say about what he was told.
Now, the courts of the United States have said there's no evidence to support the charge that he's part of MS-13. So I asked the vice president whether or not El Salvador has any evidence that he's part of MS-13 or has committed a crime. So I asked the vice president if Abrego Garcia has not committed a crime, and the U.S. courts have found that he was illegally taken for the United States, and the government of El Salvador has no evidence that he was part of MS-13. Why is El Salvador continuing to hold him in CCOT? And his answer was that the Trump administration is paying El Salvador, the government of El Salvador, to keep him at CCOT. And I pointed out that neither the government of El Salvador nor the Trump administration has presented evidence to support the claim that he's committed any kind of criminal acts. And so why not release Abrego Garcia today? And he said what President Bukele said the other day at the White House, which that El Salvador can't smuggle Mr. Abrego Garcia into the United States. And I said, I'm not asking him to smuggle Mr. Abrego Garcia into the United States. I'm simply asking him to open the door of CCOT and let this innocent man walk out. And I pointed out that the Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi, has said that the United States would send a plane to El Salvador to pick him up. And why did she do that? Because the Supreme Court of the United States, in a ruling of 9-0, has said that the Trump administration has to facilitate his return to the United States. Now, there's no evidence that the Trump administration is complying with that order. There's no evidence that they're complying with that order. In fact, the United States Embassy here has told me they've received no direction from the Trump administration to help facilitate his release. So the Trump administration is clearly in violation of American court orders. But that still leaves the question, why is the government of El Salvador continuing to imprison a man where they have no evidence he's committed any crime, and they've not been provided any evidence from the United States that he's committed a crime?
Whew. Okay. This is horrible. I believe that man is dead. I believe 100% that he's dead. Like I said, the pool of blood, what I think is a pool of blood, allegedly. Let's make sure we say allegedly in the comments, please. Are a lot of people's lives. And I want I'ma just say this. Donate to the channel, y'all. Donate to the channel because I'm out today. Today's a day. Today's a day. Please donate because we about to get demonetized. I'm tired. And it needs to be said. And I'm gonna say it. Okay? They need to put Trump ass in El Salvador. They need to put all of those MAGA people who work in Congress and in the Senate and all of these people, these just I don't give a fuck who they are. They need to be packed up and sent to El Salvadorian prison. And add on top of that, all the middle America motherfuckers, everybody who voted for these people to be sent somewhere to their slaughter needs to face the consequences of their actions. I'm tired. I don't care if they empty out middle America and they ship them all to El Salvador for El Salvador to do what El Salvador do. Because no one cared about those human beings. They're human beings. I don't give a fuck if they walk 1,000 miles to get into this fucking country. They don't deserve to lose their freaking lives. Okay, they already said majority of those people. I don't care if they rob somebody. Ain't nobody deserve to be sent to some fucking prison camp to be gunned down. No one. But the people who think it's appropriate to send people there. Now, you think it's appropriate to send people there? Cool. I need all of them to get laid up and laid out. I'm tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. This shit is insane. You want to know what else is insane? China. China just started. China apparently purchases 90% of their oil, used to purchase 90% of their oil from the United States. You know who they just purchased their oil from? They just put in their order. Oh, after they canceled like 8,000 plane order. Boeing planes that we make here, one of the only things we make here, they canceled the order for the 8,000 planes. I believe it was over 5 years or some shit like that. They canceled that order and they put in an order with Canada for that 90% of oil they are no longer willing to import from the United States. That's crazy. China said they're done with this number game because at this morning they were at 200. Trump tried to impose an import tariff of 245%. Do you know that the Boston Tea Party went down because of a 2% tariff? This country was founded on fighting fucking tariffs. Y'all remember? Through the T and O in the fucking Boston Harbor. Y'all remember? It was like a 2% import tariff and they lost their damn minds. 245% tariff. Child. When these people do what they doing, they sure as fuck be doing what they doing. Because how, Sway? How? I'm just... So we're out here committing mass You want to know what's so crazy? I thought about this morning. You know how when this shit go left in a week, in a month, 4 years if it takes 4 years, and 8 years when it takes 8 years. You know the next round of people that's about to get reparations. Depending on how this go, we might get some too. But you know who about to get reparations? The Mexicans. All of those people the family members of all of those people they sent to their death. They about to get all the money or whatever the fuck is left. They're about to get all of the money. It is, town halls are still going on. Marjorie Taylor Greene had a town hall. I believe it was like Monday. Somebody in her town hall was tased and dragged up out of there. The town halls, people been popping off, but again, they're not popping off enough. People are literally being taken to their slaughter. And half of this fucking country doesn't give a fuck. Half of this country is mad at a little boy for defending himself against two hooligans who tried to commit robbery and assault, and he protected himself. They're enraged about it. So far, so much that the boy's family had to rent a whole separate house to try to hide in a secure, in a gated community to keep their son safe. These are the same people that are okay with sending all of these people who were just, a lot of them were just caught up in a sweep, or they walking in the building and got snatched up. I just heard of about a little boy right here. He's from New York City. He got snatched up. They were looking for somebody else and they snatched him. Like, oh, well, bring him too. And they shipping him to El Salvador so he can be on deck for next month. Little boy ain't even start his life. So he could be on deck for like next week or the week after to be lined up on that fucking, on in that shooting squad. Because again, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That picture showed bodies and that was blood. And when that picture came out yesterday, they went and tried to cover, you could still see it, but they went and tried to put dirt on it to try to soak up whatever that red shit was that was staining the damn ground. I was going to say this is like a fucking movie, but this ain't even like a movie. This is like, this might fuck around. Again, I don't know. I'm trying, my brain is a little fogged right now. I know I'm good, but this might end up turning around to be the worst time in human existence 50, 100 years from now. This generation, this time that we are living in. All that shit we learned in school about Hitler is going to be a footnote when they're speaking about Trump and all of his minions and what their peasant asses are doing. Did you hear that the Asians been throwing back them peasant daggers at JD Vance? I heard. It was funny. That gave me a smile to my face with all of this crazy shit going on. So Governor Newman, California, are suing the Trump administration over the tariffs. Shout out to Governor Newman. Shout out to Governor Newman. And this is the time where we needed Cuomo to still be our New York City governor. He's about to be our mayor again, but this is the time we needed him, because at this point they need to sue the Trump administration like Newman is, but they also need to stop funding them. Stop funding all these people. These people are so, like, when you talk about how shit works and, oh, I'm going to alleviate your taxes and how the fuck is the government going to work? They don't know. Bitch, they don't care. But you know what they don't need? They don't need any more money from our states. If they want to make the states take care of their business and handle themselves, they need to leave New York City alone. And New York City needs to cut off even upstate New York. That's where I'm at with it. Okay? North Carolina. I was about to say New Orleans. North Carolinas are still fucked up after that hurricane that they had a couple of months ago. And Trump has cut funding. These are the fools that still act like he is their God king. At this point, I don't even think you can unprogram them. How can you really? It's very hard to unprogram people who are in a cult. Okay, We ask ourselves, history, watching movies, how did Manson get them to go get these people? A lot of them came from great families to go and do these atrocities, right? How did Jim Jones get them to drink the Kool-Aid? Like right now, I need Trump. We need him to do what he did during COVID and tell these motherfuckers to inject bleach. And they just need to all just go ahead and inject bleach or just drink some Kool-Aid. Let's talk about Harvard. Y'all know, if you watched earlier today, I told y'all, me and my daughter had, her birthday is Monday. Shout out to her. But we had college tours today and yesterday. We canceled today. We was gonna, I was like, okay, I gotta go. We had a tour, yeah. But we canceled today. Why did we cancel today? Because we were supposed to be touring Colombia. And as we're talking about it this morning, she opens her phone and she sees the newest student who got dragged out of his dorm. No, my bad, of his class. And probably is getting ready to be packed up and sent to fucking El Salvador because he's a part of the campus newspaper. Colombia's done. I already been telling y'all about Colombia and how the private and specialized and the good schools in New York City, how the kids are like, nah, I ain't going. I don't want to go. How the parents are like, nah, I don't really want to send my kids there. Even the white ones, the Jew ones too. Because they keep screaming about anti-Semitism. And could we stop letting these people play in our face? This has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It has to do with racism and fucking hate. It has nothing to do with none of this shit. None of this shit has anything to do with anti-Semitism. It has to do with fucking racism. And anything else is bullshit. And we all know it. So Colombia then sold out, and like a bitch, a punk ass bitch. Like I've always told my daughter, you don't cave to bullies. You that hole in the throat. Okay? Because when you cave to bullies, do they stop bullying you? No. They get worse. When people know they can do shit to you and you're just gonna cave, guess what they're gonna do? Worse shit to you. Because they know you're gonna fucking cave. Okay? So Colombia caved. And Trump and them still fucking with him. Do y'all know that Colombia owns half of Manhattan? Like, I gotta say that sometimes. Like, literally. Like, museums. I believe they might own the Met Building. Like, they own half of the city. These buildings that the big law firms are in, like all over Manhattan. Colombia owns half of the fucking property. AKA rent is banging. And they sold their students, their history, and everything that they've accomplished in the hundreds of years that they've been here because they're scared of a bitch ass Orangina. I also heard about this little newspaper in Ohio, I believe, that's been around since like 17 something. And they was rolling MAGA. And now their newspaper that was like 200 and something years old is going fucking under. But we have places like Harvard, Yale. No, not Yale. Let me not say Yale because I ain't see Yale on that paper yet because I was looking. We got Harvard, Yale. We got Georgetown. We got Cornell. I believe I saw UPenn. Not sure, but I believe I saw UPenn. I was going through that list. Y'all know I got a list prepared for my kid. I done added 3 more UK schools to the list and deleted about 4 fucking US schools from the list. And one of them schools is Columbia. That's why we didn't go on a tour today. I'm a damn New Yorker. Every New Yorker of these kids that apply to Ivy gonna apply to Columbia. We're not fucking going. They have an amazing school, yeah. They have an amazing team for her sport, Olympic level. But no. Because can you imagine that I send my fucking kid uptown to go to fucking class at Columbia and get a notification that she was dragged out because she disagreed with something or she gave an answer that the professor did not like and it did not align with the Trump curriculum? Can you fucking imagine? But Harvard is standing on business. Shout out to Harvard. Princeton, who I was a little iffy with last year because when all the shit happened, but they squashed they shit quick. I don't know what they did, but they squashed it quick. I didn't know what was happening. Princeton jumped up on it like, no, we ain't doing it. Y'all been around for about 300 years. And you let a fucking illiterate idiot who is mad at the fact that he got into, I say this all the time and I mean this shit because this is what it is. Who's mad that his bitch ass only got into Fordham. That no matter how much money he had, his daddy couldn't get his ass into Harvard or into Yale. No matter how much he got. Right now, he was fucking president of the United States. And his retarded ass son goes to NYU. And again, NYU is a fucking phenomenal school. It's on our list. We're going to tour NYU. NYU is a great school. I'm not saying that. But for a millionaire in New York City, NYU, y'all ever seen Gossip Girls? Y'all seen Gossip Girls when Blair did not get into Columbia and she got into NYU and the bitches was acting like she got into community college? That's real shit here in New York. With these kids, that's real shit here in New York. Especially for the kids who've been attending these amazing high schools and junior high schools. And your daddy was president of the United States of fucking America. Big, he got buildings named after him. And the best he could do was NY fucking U. Are we confused as to why? Because he had his daddy retarded genes. I said what I said. Are we confused as to why Orangina is so hot and so fucking mad? You see, he ain't necessarily targeting Penn because Penn took him after his brother begged them and was contacting his homeboys to try to get him in. You see, he's not attacking Penn, but everywhere else who he thought he was good enough to go to not because of what's in here, but because what was in his father's bank account. Losers. So shout out to Harvard. Shout out to Princeton, Georgetown, Chicago signed it. It's a lot of schools that signed it. And it was last time I checked last night, it was like 82 colleges was like, no, we ain't doing it. And shout out to them. The law firms are quivering and punking out. Well, some of them did. Some of them said, you know what? Nah, we standing on business. Fuck you, pay me. You know what's so crazy? I thought this morning. Remember when I don't know if I told y'all, the Harvard letter that was sent back to the White House was like, no, we ain't doing this. The fuck is wrong with you? Not the one written by the president of Harvard. It was 2 letters. The one written by the lawyers representing them on the case. Now, the lawyers representing them on the case are MAGA. The lawyers representing Harvard. Peep this. One of them was appointed by Trump to do something. The other one is a part of, I forgot what the fuck he a part of. Some big shit, some destructive shit appointed by Trump. Cool. These niggas, listen, they are willing to throw the country away, but they're not willing to throw their alma mater away. Ain't that crazy? They're completely willing to turn this bitch into a wasteland. But now it's hold up. When it comes to their alma mater. Isn't that interesting? I find that interesting. I find it interesting that they think that that if Harvard allows you to bring in your stupid ass son named Barron, or to bring in these middle America maggots who can't read, don't have no critical thinking, are just dumb, that you're going to send them to Harvard and they're going to go out into the real world, that is the world, and be anything more than the equivalent of a high school dropout to everyone in the world. Harvard is Harvard because of their standards, not because of who goes there. Harvard don't give a shit. Honestly, yeah, they'll take, okay, your dad gave $1 million, $2 million, sure, we'll let you in. You smart enough? Okay, cool. But real shit, Harvard don't care what your daddy did. Let's be for real. Ivy League schools don't give a fuck about what your mommy and your daddy did. They recognize that because you come from that, you've never had to work for anything. Okay? Harvard wants to know that if they accept you, just like Princeton, just like Yale, just like all of them, that 10, 20, 30 years from now, when you are a successful Jeff Bezos, even though, or a successful whoever you are, running these large law firms, whatever, that you are a Harvard alum. They want people that they will be able to stunt with as the years go down. That they could say, like today, y'all know we got 2 years for college, but you know me, I'm crazy. If you've been here long enough, I don't play them games, okay? So I be getting the stuff from the schools. Like right now, they are I woke up to this. It's all over in the school, college atmosphere. Princeton they had like 7 students and teachers who got a Guggenheim Fellowship. It's a big fucking deal, y'all. It's a big fucking deal. That says I will be in the history books under art. That's what that says. So 100 years from now, when people are looking back at whoever, they can be like, oh, he went to Harvard. He went to Princeton. He went to Yale. Not this dumbass went because his daddy was able to, like Trump, was able to do something. How y'all doing? Am I going on one? I'm just, I'm trying to get it all out there. We just talking, right? You know what I'm about to do? I'm gonna drop the thing, click the link, but I need to go grab me a soda. So yes, I'm grabbing me some soda. So I'm going to drop this commercial break. And when I come back, I will drop the link. We'll continue to talk about this. It's a couple more things I want to get into. But again, I'm not in no rush. Y'all got somewhere to go. Y'all just got home. Just go put me on the TV and go make dinner. Okay. We're going to be here for a little bit. Let me drop this commercial. We'll be back. Hey guys, don't forget to go to my website, jovibeauty.com, where our items are not only sourced and procured with you in mind, but also with what's going to be dope this upcoming season. All right. So go to my website, jovibeauty.com, get you a new scarf, get you a new mug, get you something cute, and support the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Oh, hey. I was talking to my daughter. Sorry. I was telling her about the mic. And I told y'all I dead ass made a video. And then I just realized it didn't have no sound. When y'all didn't have no sound, it clicked in my head like, oh shit, that video ain't had no sound either. Anyway. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe. Donate if you can. Etc., etc., etc. But make sure you like it, okay? Or you can dislike it. Just do something. All right. So, where are we? Back to the comments. Did I drop the... Nope, I did not. I was too busy talking, running my lips. All right. Here we go. I just washed my hair. So that's why I look different than this morning. I just washed it, and it's still wet a little bit in the middle. I'm gonna go blow it out when we finish, but I wanted to get at least some of it dry, you know. Also, like I said, please donate. All information is going across the screen. You can also use our QR code to donate directly to the Cash App, etc., etc. All that is appreciated. Now. Ooh, I love the carbonation. Anyway, this shit is insane. Tax dollars in another country when I don't, and they all need to be. It needs to be like they're chasing them down. Like, you know how when we were young. They're dead now. So when we were young, we used to see every once in a while, like every year, 2 years, we used to see some old 80, 90-year-old man being drugged into court. Come to find out he was like one of the Nazi guards. All of them. The Marjories, they all need to go to El Salvadorian prison. Since that's what they created, and there's no and we're doing no takebacks. We're doing no decency because you want to destroy this world. There is no humanity. There is no humanity. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against taking them out of here. You know, you commit murder, you kill a woman, you do something to women or children. But these people were just, all they did was attempt to run to America for a better life after we destroyed their country. That's what happened. After we destroyed their countries. And now they are standing in front of fucking firing squads. Y'all watch enough. Y'all know I don't speak no bullshit. And give it a week. Everything I say, because it's one thing I am is direct and rational, and that's just what it is. Like, the reality of it is hard to swallow. This is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. But this is who this country has always been. Really, what's the difference with them sending them to El Salvador and them buck breaking niggas back in the day? Separating women from their fucking children, murdering people, eating us. They eat us. They have ate us. They still do in some places. No. No. It's horrible that we got to be so horrible. Right? I don't want to say send half of middle America to El Salvador to get lit up. Who the fuck wants to say that? I'm a decent human being. I don't want to say that. But the reality is they don't give, they sending people to go, and they know what's happening. They're not dumb. They're aware. They dumb, but they know. They know. And they're laughing and it's funny and they don't give a fuck. So in turn, we can't give a fuck either. This little boy tried to save his own life after these two hooligans tried to rob him and assault him. And now these savages, that's what they are. There's no more, I can't give it to you anymore. We were raised in a time where, you play nice and everybody be decent to everybody. They don't want to do that anymore. And that's cool. So guess what? We don't have to do. We ain't got to do it no more either. I don't care. We have a caller, one of our favorite public servants. Hey, girl.
Hey, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So I know people are always like, oh, this is turning into Nazi Germany, but the first concentration camp was built outside of Germany. It was in Poland. So they did it too.
Yeah.
And what's scary is because Stephen Miller is already pushing this, if you speak out against Trump, you're an enemy. And when I think I've said this before, it's not going to stop. This type of thought process of we have to make America great again. We all know what that means. That's coded for we need to make sure you motherfucking brown and black people ain't got shit. And we have everything. And even the we's of everything that don't agree with us, they get put down too.
Yeah. They don't even want them to have,
right.
It's not just us. Because I think they get caught up in that part. Like, it's not just us. If you're poor, you're white poor, you're fucked too.
Yeah. I mean, and I was just watching some stuff with black farmers, and that land, like the 40 acres and a mule thing, that was for us. And the USDA did so many things to discriminate against black farmers who knew how to tend to the land and everything else to lock them out. And it's just, this is we're getting close to the 90-day mark. It's only we're within the 90 days and this type of shit is already going on. And I go through their Reddit pages, see what these people are talking about. These motherfuckers is sick.
Yes,
They won't stop at anything.
Yes, they
They're
are.
trying to justify
Mm-hmm.
that man from, what is it, Maryland,
Yeah.
being sent there after they said you don't have the right to deport him. They're like, well, that's his country. And I'm like, okay, do you know what's going on over there? Like, you know what I'm saying? These people are so stupid. And then it's like they don't want anyone allowed in here. No one. Because they think that America, even though it was, inhabited by natives, is for white people. That's why they came over here and
Inhabited by us, built inhabited it's Native American, and we built this bitch.
yeah, the black people
White
built it.
people have, and I saw somebody, I think it was a European that said it, which is crazy, but especially white people, but especially white Americans have an aversion to work.
Yes, that was one of the Bourbon Bougie videos I saw. And I just was like, yeah, because when people tried to unionize, they were getting fucking killed. That's how deep this capitalist shit is. It goes so deep where they will do anything to protect their hoard of money, even killing people. Look at our planet. They over here thinking about going to Mars, bitch. What about Earth?
Yeah.
We got a beautiful, lush, beautiful home right here, and we're throwing it away. You're throwing it away.
You know what I think? I'm really, how back in the days, some of the hoteps used to be like, oh, they came from Mars.
Sometimes, why y'all going back?
Sometimes, a broken clock could be wrong twice.
Right, a broken clock is right twice a day. Shit,
I think they might actually want to go back home
because.
I don't know if I said this, but I think you ain't old enough to remember this. I was a little girl then. I was in 3rd grade when that bitch flew up in the sky.
Yeah, with the teachers.
Yes, I think they are mentally preparing us, God, not them, God, whatever, to watch these millionaires. They think they
blow up in space.
They think they gonna go fuck this shit up and be like, oh, we out though, and we gonna watch that shit
blow up. That is the only justice that it would be right. Like, to be honest, this place, this earth, yeah, it is so disgusting because I look at some of these Christians that's rooting this shit on. Now, me, I'm not religious, but the book says that our job is to tend to the land. It would be more Christian-like for you to get out and grow you a victory garden and plant some trees over rooting for the destruction of our planet. I don't give a fuck who's supposed to come back. I want to live, okay, because I don't believe that anyway. So, but these people are so sick in the head that they're like, they need to be right. It doesn't matter who gets hurt in the process, who dies, who gets wrongly deported and might be dead up in that jail. Because let's be honest, do we even know if the man is still alive?
Girl, you saw that puddle?
I missed that. I came in a little late.
Okay,
but
I'll put it up again. Go ahead, but
they put a kid. They just deported a teenager.
Yes, I was telling them about that.
They just real criminals.
A teenager, because he was coming in his building at the wrong fucking time. They just snatched him up.
It's giving. Where's your freedom papers? Hello, black people. Black people.
You see that?
Oh my God, that is definitely blood. It looks like
it's 2 spots. You see that pile next to the big stream?
Oh my God.
What the fuck is that pile? If it's not people.
That's what I'm like. It's my husband just seen it pop up on the TV and he just said, oh shit.
Look at that. Look how we know jails are large. Look how big that red spillage is.
Girl, that's multiple people dead.
You can't tell me that next to it is not a pile of bodies. You can't tell me. Just look at
what else would it be?
Right there look like legs. I can't point and show y'all, but it looked like legs right here. Like, I don't. That's
This
where
is
we
some
at.
sick shit. This is
Oh, hold up. Well, sorry.
it's okay.
Go ahead.
But we're gonna look back because people don't realize they living through history until it's written about later. Just like with World War II and Nazi Germany, like what's so crazy, and it is lost on me how stupid these people could be. Because a lot of these MAGA people swear up and down that they know so much history about World War II, but they can't see the shit happening in real time in
Mhm.
front of our faces. That uh condemning people that want to come to your country to actually work. And I keep telling people, even undocumented people pay taxes.
Yes, they do.
I administered benefits, food stamps, Medicaid. They didn't get none of that shit, but they steady handed me their tax papers
Mm-hmm.
of what they paid in their taxes. They kids born here, so they get Medicaid, but the parents, you got to be on death's door to be seen. And it is disturbing me because a lot of these fucking wasp, it's the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, they really think in their mind that this country is theirs. The Native Americans was just in a way, and that the the Native Americans in a way, and they had to enslave. Like slavery was a necessary evil to accomplish this. And I'm like, y'all don't see how y'all turned all of Latin America into a banana to only grow like Chiquita bananas for us to eat. Like, y'all wondering why we got an immigration crisis? It's our fucking fault. I tried
We've
to get through to
destroyed
these
their
people.
fucking countries for decades.
Yes, yes. And you Panamanian, you know that shit. All Latin America knows. Every time that they got closer to having more of a socialist government style, like how Europe, Cuba, we've
Yep.
been harassing poor little Cuba for decades at this point. And I'm like, honestly, they got universal health care. We don't. They like, what's his name, Mike Johnson, he just had a whole fucking article about able-bodied men are sitting and playing video games instead of working. Most people on Medicaid fucking work.
Yeah.
Okay. If it was, and the scary thing about how our country's set up, where everything is tied to your job, you don't have a job, you don't have anything. My
Mm.
state just legalized or criminalized being homeless.
All our states
Homeless, like,
criminalize being
instead
homeless.
of fixing the fucking root of the issue, which means we need universal health care to get people services, to get their mental health under control, addiction, any of that. Y'all would rather throw these people in jail. And guess what? Jails, that's free labor. That's slavery by another name.
Yep.
And it's really fucking gross. It's gross for me to have this mission of trying to provide for the people in my state, being a government employee, trying to make sure we're accountable to the people,
Mhm.
trying to make sure things are like accounted for so we can't be accused of waste, fraud, and abuse. Like, we have auditors who do that. We don't need a Doge. I'm an accountant. We audit ourselves. We double, triple check all the shit.
Yeah. Oh, did
And
you hear that they was here downloading?
all
I
people
forgot that
shit.
story. They were here downloading information, an encyclopedia worth of
That's what he wanted.
information, and they were making sign-ins, and they gave one to the motherfuckers in Russia.
See, that's how this fucker won the first election he ran. And then he fucked up royally with COVID and everything, and people voted him out, but not without a fight.
Yeah.
Because these people, them MAGA people, the January 6th, is so hilarious that he blamed everybody else except instead of his ilk that he riled up. So why did you set him off free if it was all like Antifa and them? Why are these people out walking the street? One of these motherfuckers got killed not too long ago in my state because he pulled a gun. he told the officer up front, I'm a J6er. And the guy was looking at him like, okay, where your license at? It's suspended. You know, we got to take you to jail. I can't go to jail. Like, you let a bunch of fucking criminals out on the street. Bitch, Trump, since you want to send motherfuckers to El Salvador, you go first. You a goddamn criminal.
Yeah.
You got 34 felonies. I don't know nobody with 34 of them motherfuckers. Now, I might see some people, maybe one, few misdemeanors for some
34?
stupid bullshit. 34,
in New York City is 3 strikes and you out. Football numbers. I know a lot of people that 3 striking out.
And his ass from New York. He should be under the jail. He should be right in that pile at that prison while you talking. And I'm just like, this is some fascist Nazi Germany shit. They start making the immigrants, the brown, the dark people, the enemies. It's always somebody every decade is somebody scary and the new enemy. They're taking our guns. The illegals are taking our job. No, Musk and Trump are taking your fucking jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that whole homegrown bullshit, sending our American criminals out of the country. Like, first of all, no, because
you're a criminal if you don't like them.
Exactly. And that's what it's gonna come down to. That's what it's going to come down to. They're going to criminalize speaking out against him.
Yeah.
They're going to criminalize criticizing him. And my thing is, if he really knew Nazi Germany, he would know that the generals did try to kill Hitler. Hitler died a criminal punk bitch in a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Killed yourself. You couldn't even face the shit that you did.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't even face it. And I want to say he, like, all the rest of them poisoned themselves or whatever. But after the Nuremberg trials, guess where a lot of them went? Why do you think Giselle Bundchen got a German last name, but they went there, Colombia. They was one of them evil ass doctors. They was doing experiments.
Colombia, Argentina,
all of Latin America, because in their mind, those people are less than. They literally fucking damn near eradicated the European Jews. So much so that we had to make their country Israel. And now Europe is watching this shit and seeing Musk cozying up to their right wing. They're like, no, bitch. We lived through this. Y'all ain't lived through this shit yet.
That's what that burn that China gave them. We've been here 5,000 years.
And most of that time, exactly.
They recognize their history. They know their history.
Exactly. And Germany do not shy away from being who they were during that war. They're like, this is what the fuck we were doing. This is what we did.
Yep.
We, the people, allowed this shit to happen.
Yep.
He got elected. Hitler was elected. Then he switched up everything. He did exactly what the fuck he said he was going to do. You know why? Because them people saw themselves in him. Mm-hmm. Just like I was watching the Black Farmer, John Boyd, I believe his name. He did an interview with Don Lemon about a month ago. He said, I talked to these people and I asked them, why would you vote for this? I see myself in him.
Yeah. Stupid.
That should tell you everything
white
you need.
Americans.
And for them, though, they see the promise of America being great again. It was never great for a certain demographic of people who are only 14% of the population that's got y'all ass itching so
honestly,
much.
It wasn't great for them.
No, they was
great
poor.
for the 1% like it is now. It wasn't great for them.
We had oil barons and them motherfuckers was killing you if you tried to unionize and go against them. My husband just sent me an article. Trump administration seeking criminal prosecution of New York Attorney General.
Yeah.
Letitia James. 7 hours ago. If this is people, and you know, his base, they'll say, but they went against the president. We don't have a fucking king here. We have 3 branches of government that are co-equal. They
Yes.
all hold the same amount of power. Our founders knew exactly what the fuck they were doing
Yep.
because they came from a kingdom
Yep.
where literally, what's his name? Henry VIII, his ass wanted to divorce his wife, Catherine of Aragon. So he went and fucking changed their whole religion over the shit because the Catholic Church said no. That bitch was so mad that he started killing his wives after that.
Yep. See?
Exiled the best bitch he ever had to die of cancer by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Then you chopped off a few heads of your other wives. One of the wives was ugly and German, and she was scared he was gonna kill her ass for
Yep.
being ugly.
Yep. And she was like, all right, you want to be my sister? Cool. Let's
Yeah,
bring
I'll be
you
your
out.
friend. Like we
She's
good.
the
We
only one
good,
that
bro.
survived.
We could be
Ugly
homies.
saved her.
And he died a fat, raggedy bastard, plagued with gout and probably a whole bunch of other diseases because you know that was back then.
Mm-hmm.
You got this same type of manifestation. It just looks different. It's not Mussolini anymore. People keep thinking, oh well, Hitler, he's not even German. He is German. His family came
His
here what
family's
the
German.
70s.
His mama
It's
German,
about Scott.
definitely.
His mom is Scottish. She's an immigrant straight from Scotland. She wasn't American born.
No, I
His
know his
family
mom was.
been
I
here.
thought she was German, but okay, she's Scottish.
Yeah, his dad's side, the Drumps, they're German. Their
Okay.
name is actually Drump.
Oh, okay. That's
And
German.
all of them ain't shit. None of them.
Mhm.
Except Fred. Fred tried. His niece that wrote that book calling his ass out. You can see that this man is just straight. He's a megalomaniac. His
Yeah.
stupid ass supporter sitting here tweeting him Bourbon Bougie call him Dear Don letters. Because they over here, Dear Mr. President, I'm losing my business because I get things from
I
China. He don't give a
know.
fuck. He told you. I just need your vote. I just need your vote. I don't care about you. I just need your vote. See, they're gonna soundbite this and make it something that is not. Well, bitch, you acting like you only needed their fucking votes. And I keep telling these people, y'all can march, be mad all day. This is why black people are not there because we know it ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
The only thing that would do anything is if the Supreme Court reverses that fucking ruling they made, giving him presidential immunity
Yeah.
and reining this motherfucker in and throwing him in jail. They already see he in contempt of court with federal fucking judges.
Mm-hmm.
Federal. Biden, as much shit as we give his old ass, he put all the appointed more judges than anybody in them last few days
Yeah.
because he said this is my last shot to put some guardrails up because he's gonna ruin this fucking country. Kamala told us what he was gonna do
Yeah.
during the debate. I remember like the people the former friends, once I found out they voted for this fucker and she basically looked at me in the face and said, that said, I don't really care about those other people though. As long as my life gets better. She said it was so much frustration that I was like, this bitch really mean this shit. She did not even know. These motherfuckers don't even watch their own king on TV when he tell them what the fuck he gonna do. I had to tell her, I was like, so you voted for somebody who said he gonna be a dictator on day one. She's like, he didn't say that, did he? I said, do you watch any fucking thing that this bastard says? You don't, because the bar is in fucking hell for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
A black woman gotta have an economics degree, a JD. She gotta be the attorney general of fucking California and still lose to a fucking raggedy draft dodger who couldn't even actually get his way on merit into college. Your daddy had to fucking buy you a spot, bitch. And then your daddy did your brother who actually worked to become a pilot. Wanted that. All that shit. Treated him like garbage.
Yep.
That's what you're from. Y'all are y'all some gutter snipes. That's what all of them motherfuckers are. Gutter snipes. You can't, and I'm just like, you cannot possibly think this administration is going to end well. It's not. We're going to be a pariah. We're going to be ostracized. Americans are coming back from traveling. And I'm hearing stories of customs and shit fucking pulling their phones and making sure they're not talking shit about Trump. That is my first fucking amendment. That's all the protests are possible because we can do that.
Well, you know, I feel like if again, when at the end of this, however this go down, since they were willing to sell out the First Amendment, the second shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, it absolutely better not be.
The second,
that's the last one we got. As crazy as this country is, and we should not be having so many guns in this motherfucker. We are a paranoid group of fucking people. America is. It's bred into us, and so much so that black people, we paranoid for a reason. We ain't ever trusted this shit. We ain't ever got too damn comfortable. We ain't ever thought, oh, I'm gonna get farm subsidies. I'm a black farmer. They knew they weren't getting shit. If anything, they taking your shit. So I'm just looking like we tried to tell y'all other minorities to not go with this fucking shit because white supremacy, we experts.
Yeah.
That's why when he talking about, I want to bring South.
Know from we were born in the hospital.
Yes, is that even in the hospital they gonna treat babies wrong if they black.
Yeah,
the mamas might die if they black. We never get justice in this motherfucker. So our justice is we get to sit the fuck down because he over here, when he put that dog whistle out about, South African farmers are going through a lot. He meant white Afrikaners.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you gonna import some more apartheid as if we didn't already have our homegrown racism. See, we not gonna let that shit happen again. Black people won't let it happen. Like, I think they don't understand that we've been marching for equality this whole time, and now, bitch, we ready for blood. If y'all wanna, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Okay, we're not gonna sit there and let you just beat us down again.
That's why I keep saying they don't want us involved. When by the time we step up,
it's time to rockets, red glare, bomb bursting in the air.
Black. It's over. Because they don't want us to have to step. You don't want let us sit down.
Because and y'all better fix this shit. Because if we gotta fix it after we done knew what was at stake. We knew what was at stake with this shit. Yeah, we got our clowns, them black people for Trump, the coons for Trump. We see y'all. We know y'all some dumbasses. We can't save you motherfuckers.
Y'all told us, so when it go down, y'all up.
Yeah. And now y'all getting left behind and discriminated against and called slaves and shit, even though you blacks for Trump. Like, yeah, they don't give a fuck about that. That you're not white. Y'all Cubanos for Trump, y'all might be white in Cuba, but here, bitch, you ain't nothing but a Mexican to these people.
Yep.
And y'all got they got their own infighter because we know that Latinos got different cultures throughout every single country in Latin America. But you come to a bigoted ass country like America, this place got all kind of racism running up and through it because 60 years ago, it was illegal to even intermarry like between different races. They literally had whole medical studies trying to prove that we were subhuman, not just whatever. We were not even human. So y'all gonna come here after y'all, just because y'all colonizers got booted out, shout out to Haiti. They said y'all gonna get the fuck out of here one way or another. But we got trapped in this bitch with them.
Yeah.
We tried to tell you motherfuckers that he is definitely gonna round up everybody. Believe this fucker when he says he's going to do something.
Yep.
Stop thinking that, he's just trolling. First of all, he's the president of the goddamn United States. What are you doing trolling? If Obama said this, he said, if I did any of this, they would have had him hanging from a goddamn tree, and we all know that.
Yep.
We all know it.
Yep. We know it.
So I just don't. I'm like, y'all, we gonna be in for a bumpy ride unless the Supreme Court grows some teeth and balls and they fucking overturn that ruling and make it retroactive that this motherfucker been committing crimes this whole time and get him the fuck out of here. And JD Vance, you bet not try it because you already fucked up with the Chinese. And they said, oh, you want to call us peasants? Guess what? We don't need your beef anymore. We'll go to Australia. We don't need your soybean.
Oil. We don't
need none of this shit. We can produce it ourselves. We've been making y'all shit
in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay. When I went to South Africa, that meat was meating. Okay.
Exactly.
That meat was meating. The meat, the seafood, I never in my life.
That's because they ain't got all this.
Like, oh, I would this. Like, it's not the same.
Capitalism even ruined food for us. Like, capitalism even ruined food. It ruined food. Like, we got whole animal populations about to collapse. That's keystone species. No salmon, no bears. No bears, no trees, no nuts, no berries, because they eat all that, they shit all that, and it germinates and spreads.
Child, you trying to explain common sense to people who checked out in the 3rd grade.
You know, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Just a little bit of touches of history. You said them motherfuckers don't know. 90% of them. It's even in movies, and they don't know.
Y'all didn't watch
how they used to say, put something. If you want to hide something from black people, put it in a book.
Well,
you want to hide something from white people right now, put it in a book.
First of all, even the hoodest of the hoodest niggas know what we talking about.
Yep.
They at least know what's at stake for our black asses. Okay, they hood niggas because of the shit that happened.
Yep.
Going to these cities needing industrial money and getting shot up with drugs and police bombing cities like they did that black neighborhood in fucking Philadelphia. Like, they do all that.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna have no problem sending the military after black people if we start wanting more. They're already rounding up people that got the right to be here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always ask my husband, I'm like, how far back they gonna go? They gonna look at your family records and see that your Mexican side got here in 1917? Are they gonna be like, oh, no. You don't have birthright citizenship because they got here illegally. Yeah. Even though your mammy is black, born, bred here, parents in Mississippi. How far back are you guys willing to go with this? How low?
They don't even want the fucking Indians claiming American. Okay,
which is nuts because this is their shit.
They are nuts. Everything about that's what I said. We just gotta. Everything we learn is a lie. Everything we thought we knew growing up, what we thought about them and us, and it's a fucking lie. Everything is reverse. Yeah. Everything.
That this is their rightful shit. And everybody else just fuck everybody else. The Trail of Tears never happened. Y'all never killed off all the bison to starve out different tribes. Y'all never gave motherfuckers blankets with smallpox because you knew they were uncontacted by y'all unwashed asses in Europe. Really? And then you drag the niggas along with this shit.
Build this bitch from the
to build it. Yep. And what's funny too, I guess RFK's crazy ass. He was just about to say, I'm just
I'm disgusted every time I see him.
He looks like not a real Kennedy.
And he's sticky.
Yes. And just
he look, one of them.
Just gross. Mm-hmm. Just a slime ball. He came out with some shit about autism, and I'm like, have you met people with autism? Like, how y'all? Okay, so the people that hate the autistic people, y'all gonna be cool when they go. But what about us people with mental disorders like bipolar? You gonna send us? Yes. Shout out Haiti. I'm learning some Haitian Creole. I've been learning some shit, y'all. But this eugenic shit that they're doing, it's going to be horrible. These people already
genetics is garbage. Everything about them, fit mentally, physically. The son don't like them. What the fuck?
Oh no, there was literal slave owners that wrote up what made black people more fit for slavery. Our darker skin allowed us to be out in the sun because we came from a sub-Saharan place where it ain't nothing but heat and sun. Also our builds, we naturally have more muscle. Like, even me, I'm a 5'2" chunky 190 right now. Okay. I feel big as hell.
Stronger than them, we're smarter than them.
Yeah, my trainer told me I can't. I was like, I want to be 130. She's like, you can't do that because you just are too muscular underneath that. Yeah, you got some fat on there, but the rest is muscle. Like, girl, you gonna have to be happy at 150.
Yeah,
that's what we work with. We're genetically built like that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna try to exploit that.
Regardless of how many ways they try to say it, that is not an inferiority. That is in any animal kingdom.
That would be the strength.
Superior in any animal kingdom. Those are superior traits. So what are we talking about? That's everything. Reverse everything.
I just never met
the worst part. The time in American and world history where growth was stunted was during slavery, because the best people on this planet were enslaved. The only thing these people ever invented was the fucking patent office.
Yeah, they took our ideas.
There was no growth as a society really during that time. After, look, we done swept in the cars. China about to fucking have flying cars.
They got better electric vehicles.
Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. These niggas were still on horses and fucking carriages.
Yep.
Nothing.
And even with it's just they tie our health insurance to employment. Like, I feel like that should be automatic. You a human, you need health insurance to not fucking keel over. China's universal health care covers over 95% of their population. 95, y'all. That's a country with 1 billion motherfuckers.
Yeah.
1 billion. Read up on Mao Zedong. Yeah, he was communist China got its major issues. But they're like that Confucius, the greater good. That is what's different with a lot of Asian cultures, because China, South Korea, and Japan, they don't really fuck with each other. They've been at war with each other, but against this big bully, the United States, we Debo.
And
they teaming up.
They go, and even Taiwan, they talk about, because Taiwan, baby, when it go down, the Asians locked in.
They like, yeah, you ain't about to bully our asses. After y'all done exploited the shit out of us and all that, nah, we gonna get our get back.
Yeah.
We grandmaing it up. That's the only choice we got right now. Is ride this shit out. Hope that some sense come to the Supreme Court. We will never know. But yeah, this is, y'all, we are in a constitutional crisis. This is not fun. This is not good. This is bad.
This is real bad. This is real fucking bad. I can't.
This made Watergate look like child's play.
The Revolution wasn't this bad, bruh. Like this is bad.
It's bad. Everybody sees this ugly ass shit too. And it's dumbfounding. It's disgusting. First of all, you took away Haiti's protective status. When you see what's going on in Haiti, when you see it, that's our fault too. No, France, if you hear me, y'all motherfuckers owe Haiti blood money to rebuild that country and bring them up to the standard that y'all thought y'all was gonna get until they ran y'all off and sent y'all asses back packing. You owe them that. All these colonizers, y'all gotta repay the world, and they will be the underdog then. Because if Mama Africa,
Oh, they
all the
coming. You see,
resources.
oh boy. You see, oh boy ain't
He
playing.
said
He
he
ain't
called them
playing
all
what?
out. He
Oh,
said all of us, the diaspora, y'all niggas included. We
maybe
one
they
band,
start
one
trying to play
sound.
games. That nigga gonna send a ship for us. that
And
nigga send some
listen,
planes for us.
they like, look, if it get down to the wire, like
The
we
Asians gonna send them planes, and we gonna be shot. We gonna be like, Africa gonna send them
they
planes.
gonna come get our asses.
They gonna
Please
come
come
get
get
us.
our asses. And you know, that's the biggest fear for a lot of these other countries is what if Africa decides to shut us out and work together?
Yep. You
It'll
saw,
be Wakanda
you
for
saw
real
too,
in
did
this
you
bitch.
see yesterday one of these some news thing? I saw it on Twitter. They said how Gaddafi actually died. Did you
That
see it?
because he was trying to make an African union.
Yeah, I knew that part. He was trying to make it the gold, use the gold standard, all of that. But you hear what they did to him,
Didn't they like blow him up?
bruh? They raped him to death.
What?
They raped him.
Girl, they didn't teach me
It
that in
just
college.
it came
The
out
fuck?
yesterday.
Oh, because when I was in college, we watched all that shit go down. Like people were Egypt started a whole civil war through Twitter. I remember that shit. And then when they killed Gaddafi, a lot of like the hotel brothers on campus, they was like, they did that because he was trying to unite the
Yep,
continent.
yep,
Now, he was not an like black African. He was one of the Middle Easterns. You know, they got their own slave trade with black people, and I be sad at them too.
yeah,
But if you are African, you hear my voice. We believe in y'all low key. Like we might have our fucking cultural differences and shit, but
yeah.
nothing would make me more proud than that continent getting her just due.
Damn right.
She is the cradle of civilization, and
I
she has
told
been
myself,
raped.
let her ass get into one of these schools. I'm out. I hope y'all know this. We're gonna be going live from South Africa like this.
You're like, we out of here.
I am
We out.
out.
You know, and I think that it's something to that. Like, if like what is it, Garvey? He wanted to do the Pan African, and people were on board with that shit. And I'm just like, if Africa, the continent, all 50, how many countries? 52,
It's
50,
50 something. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
in the
remember. It's like
50s.
something. Yeah.
Some of which just got
Yes.
their independence
Mm-hmm.
within the last 60 years.
Yeah.
If they all said, look, we tribal, but we got to protect ourselves. We
Yep.
got too much good shit going on. They got diamonds. All the
That's what the
things that,
young boy, that's what the young boy trying to do. I'm watching it. He pulling them together. He got them together. That was said Nigeria need to get in line
yeah,
right now.
we know
Nigeria,
we got the different.
they need to get in line. But he got everybody like, yeah, no, we ain't selling
Because
y'all. We ain't giving y'all no raw materials. We ain't doing none of that.
all that shit Trump is trying to act like America getting fucked over. No, the continent, the mother continent, she been raped and pillaged for millennia.
Yeah.
It's time we got that awareness now. We're not that fucking different. We're all human. We get that. Mama Africa,
Yeah.
cousins, if y'all united, motherfucking niggas everywhere is rooting for you. We know where we come from.
Yeah.
Minus the diaspora wars, them niggas know where we come from.
They know where we come from. They just be talking shit. And even
You
when
know,
and I'll say this because I saw DC said it in the comments. Like you're right. We were here
yeah,
before Columbus sailed the ocean blue. I'm Panamanian. I got a lot of DNA from South Africa. How does that work? How does that
hello.
work?
And you know,
because,
I really,
because and if you ever been there, you know Brazil, people from Brazil, and they retire in
yeah,
South Africa, and South Africans retire in Brazil. That's only like a 5-hour flight.
God
How
damn.
easy you think that boat ride is? Hello?
And you know, back then there was so much innovation coming out of like there's a reason people like the Wakanda that come from somewhere. They had the most empires, the most technology, all those things
Yeah.
until Europe decided to be some player haters and decide
And
y'all are
man, they're basic and they're stupid, and they kill and come up with a quarter of these things. Couldn't even
and
comprehend it.
Mama Africa, just know that we rooting for everybody black on that continent. We rooting for you. When
Everybody
them
black.
black South Africans got pissed off and started fucking with them Afrikaners, I didn't feel one way about it. I said, you know what? You can't go to somebody's country and beat them down and think that eventually you're not gonna get your teeth knocked out.
Damn right. Damn right.
I feel nothing for those people. Y'all did them so dirty. Y'all treat them like shit. It's so segregated there. That's
It
not
is.
cool to me.
It is. That's why I
You know,
refuse to go. When I went there, I refused to go to Cape Town. Like, are you dumb? No.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to be with people who
Horrible.
look like me. It's sad. And I'm like, you know, that young dude, we
Mhm.
rooting for you.
We,
Get
babe,
them out of y'all
every
countries.
time
And
I see him on my screen, I make sure and I stop and read what he doing because I need to know.
because imagine the African Union, just how the European got their union, they've been stronger than ever. Europe used to go to war every 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
Now they got a whole union where they like, we actually can work together.
Yep.
Africa, we know y'all separate countries, separate identities, separate tribes, languages, everything.
Down
That's
with nothing.
cool.
And this down
But
with nothing right now. In this
if,
world, we black. We all
yeah,
black. Let's do it.
let's do it. Like for real. We like black people everywhere would feel that in our blood because that's where we come from. I would drop to my knees and probably cry. The thought of it makes me like emotional because I'm like, Africa, the world owe you every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
We owe you everything. We owe like that USAID he cut. We owe them that.
Yep. Like shit, they supplied the people, even if they were taken, that built your nation. The
Yep.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Africa's the reason there is in America.
there you go. Like Africa is why y'all exist. Hello, why we're
Come
hello.
on. Come on. Do her right. Shit. I like that you put the political shit later in the day because I be getting worked up during the work day. And I know I could call.
I was gonna make a shorter video, but I said, it's too much right now, and I just want to go. I want to talk to y'all for a little bit because I was like, it is way too it's so much.
It
It's
is.
so much. Like you said, we ain't even hit 90 days.
We're what's today? The
I
20.
don't
We're
know.
at 86. We got 4 damn days left and we're at 90. This has been exhausting.
86 going on 16 years.
Yeah, 86 days going on 16 damn years. This motherfucker been harassing us since
I heard you. We
2015.
heard him in the background.
Yeah, my husband motherfucking tired. I played him that, oh my God, I'll vote for Donald Trump song. And he was just looking in ashamed Latin American because, he have. So he looking like, nah, them ain't
Damn.
my people. So
Damn.
he look black. So he look like his mama. He look black. People don't even know. He just be sitting there like, what'd you say about Mexican people? Like, surprise. We're here too. Surprise,
Oh my
surprise.
God.
So yeah, this was really good. I'm so glad you talked about this shit. I'm gonna have to read up on this the prison that staying all that shit.
Yeah.
And like I said, Mama Africa, it's y'all time to shine. Okay, this is this week. The West is about to get real. It's y'all time. Haiti, love y'all. Okay, we sending love to all the black folks everywhere.
Yep.
Haiti, France, oh y'all big time.
Africa, if y'all listening, buy the meats from the American black farmers.
Cause they out here. They out here. I'm about to have me a little. In 5 years, I want my backyard garden to be like I could take my neighbor's food.
Yeah.
We got this. We got this, y'all. This is the time for us to wake up and not be timid no more with this shit. With black people in America, we rowdy. We waiting. We sitting already. And yeah, no, those were people that built that shit.
Yeah, it was us.
They have police systems, all that. That was
the place. That was
they
us.
trying to give it to aliens. Nah, motherfuckers, we built that. We built that shit under duress, but it was built. Okay,
we did
all
that.
the aliens. No, black people built that shit. There's also like I forget what country, but there's these two matching statues. One is in Latin America, and another was is in Africa. It looks Polynesian kind of, and it was a gift. I said, so y'all really didn't think motherfucking niggas was out here roaming the world with
They
boats and
know, but
things?
that's the history that they got underneath the Vatican.
Yeah, they, you know, them secretive ass motherfuckers.
Those the books, those are things that they burn. That's why they burning books now.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah,
just like they did back then to try to hide those things. They know, we know, they know, we know here.
yeah. We know it. Y'all, it was good talking to y'all. I
Yeah, 'cause
like
I'm
the
about to get up
political shit at the end of the day. I like this. This was a good wind down. Hey, you know,
I'm gonna try not tomorrow because we have a lot of stuff to do. No, I can come live tomorrow at this time. I will not be here in the daytime because we have some stuff to do for the study abroad program.
okay. And tell Baby Beauty,
I'll be here tomorrow again, and I'll try to do it at the same time, like around 6.
tell Baby Beauty, you go, girl. We
Yeah,
gonna be all right. If it's more of her in the future, we gonna be all right.
Y'all gonna
Shit.
be like, that's Jill's daughter. Oh shit.
Yes, Baby Beauty Junior. All right. Well, thanks for letting me rant. I am your friendly neighborhood angry public servant. I could probably gonna have high blood pressure by the end of this shit.
It's all right. Go,
but it's worth it to get the word out.
Relax. Fuck these people.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But holla back. See y'all later.
All right, y'all. But we about to get up out of here because she has to do something at 8 o'clock and then 7:47, and she got to do it, you know. But nonetheless, this was a good chat. Like I said, if you were not here earlier this morning, I told y'all earlier, but just in case, you know, we do our noon lives. We have stuff to do, like I just said, so I won't be here at noon. I'm not even gonna attempt to promise to come earlier because I just don't want to. I'm not gonna set us up. If I can make it, maybe, but you know, I'm not gonna set us up. But I will work hard to be here at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. Appreciate y'all, love y'all, and as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden because there's no other way to live it.